Good morning, guys. Good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are watching in the world. Welcome to Traders Motivation. And today's video we're going to talk about the DXY, or the dollar index as is known on TradingView. Now, what is the dollar index? Well, the dollar index is the value of the dollar against a basket of currencies and not one particular currency on its own. So say, for example, you've got the Euro USD, that's the euro valued against the dollar, or the USD CHF, which is the dollar valued against the Swiss franc. The dollar index shows a graphical representation of the dollar valued against 6 currencies. Those currencies aren't weighted in the same way as shown in this text box down here. See, the euro is given far more importance, as 56.6% of the weighting of the values against the dollar. But it just gives an overall representation of how strong the dollar is compared to 6 other important currency pairs. So the euro's got a 57.6% weighting when it comes to this calculation. Japanese yen 13.6, pound sterling 11.9, Canadian dollar 9.1, the Swiss krona is 4.2, and the Swiss franc is 3.6. So that just shows you how this particular financial instrument is calculated and what it's showing you on your screen. So we've got the dollar index 4-hour chart in front of us now, and it is the 7th of February 2016. So we can perform technical analysis on the US dollar index just as we would any other currency pair, to just give us a bit of confluence and a bit of an idea as to where the dollar is likely to go in the future. So we've got the trend line drawn there on the high, and then the lower highs as we've come back down in price. And as you can see today, we've broken it. And we broke it a good couple of hours ago. These are 4-hour candles. So that's telling us that the dollar against these currency pairs, obviously with the different weightings, is showing a bit of strength. So we take that information and we look at the different currency pairs that it is weighted against and make trade decisions or give us an idea of where price is likely to go. So we've got lower highs, lower lows all the way down, and then we've broken back up again. So if we take that information and apply it to the Euro USD 4-hour chart, which I will show you now. So this is a Euro USD. This is the same chart in the opposite direction. So you've got higher highs, lower highs, all the way up, and we've broken pretty much at exactly the same time as the dollar index did. So we can see that now we can sort of see where the dollar index is going, see where it's likely to turn around, see where we may establish a bit of resistance, and then that will help us make our trade decisions across the Euro USD. If we have a look at the USD JPY, which isn't correlated into that basket of currencies as strongly as the euro dollar is, you can see that USD JPY has been in a downtrend just as the dollar index has. However, it's not showing quite the same movement, and that's because the weighting of this currency pair when calculating the dollar index isn't the same. But we can see the US dollar is making a bit of a resurgence at the moment. We've obviously hit this 4-hour supply area, so we should see a little bit of downside. But if we keep an eye on the dollar index, if that continues to rise, we could be thinking about taking longs on the break of a trend line on the USD JPY. So if we take a trend line from the top of this here all the way down, so we've got that line there. It has broken that trend line from hitting that high, this high here. Yes, we did have a pipe above it, but we've closed and we've had another hit down here. So it's broken, it's now testing. That gives a good indication that the dollar is likely to see a bit more of a rise this afternoon. And this can be applied across all those currency pairs that form the basket that the dollar index shows as a graphical representation of. Now, I wouldn't make trades based on what the DXY is doing. I would use it as a confluence in your other technical analysis tools that you wish to apply. But it is always good to have it in the back of your mind, when trading US dollar pairs, what is the dollar index doing? Is it consolidating? Is it in an uptrend? Is it in a downtrend? That should give you an indication as to where you need to be looking for a direction in the other currency pairs that are against the dollar. So I hope you found that useful, and a little introduction there to the dollar index, or the DXY. If you found that useful, please let me know in comments. Please give me a shout. Please follow me on Instagram, Twitter. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'll have more informative videos coming in the near future, as well as my Forex daily reviews on Tuesdays and Thursdays of every week. And I hope you have a great day in the markets, guys. Best of luck.